Hello, my name is Daniel Sobel. I am the CEO of Inclusion Expert. Where this all began was I grew up in Birmingham. I went to school, had a tough experience at school. I didn't quite fit in and didn't come out with any A-levels, or I didn't go on to do a first degree like most of my peers. So I really struggled. And I think on reflection, one of my influential experiences was my best friend in primary school was physically disabled, and both I think he and I felt like oddbods, not quite welcome in the mainstream. I was fortunate eventually to find my way onto a master's in education psychology in my early 20s at the Institute of Education, and that opened the door for me to do other postgraduates in both education and in psychology. And in the middle of a doctorate in psychotherapy, I ran out of money and started teaching. I actually loved it and was naturally drawn towards students with particular challenges, be they behaviourally or with learning needs, or even the most gifted and talented students. A position opened up for me to be a Senko in inner city secondary school, and I took the job with relish, and soon after became disillusioned with the amount of paperwork, the amount of meetings, the lack of student contact time, and also how divorced we were from the real chalk face of the classroom. I decided to reinvent things. I wanted to maximise the impact on our students, and I thought I need to try this differently. So, having reinvented lots of different systems and approaches and ways of doing things, we got Ofsteded. It was outstanding. We got asked by the local authority to share our methods and approaches with other schools in the local authority, and eventually I got asked to write and speak around a bit. I got asked to consult with the Institute of Education, which was great, going back to my alma mater, and I advised the Department for Education a bit, and after a while I decided I'm going to do this full time. That was 4 years ago. At the time, as I started out just on my own, I launched the Pupil Premium Handbook at the House of Commons. It's a collation of resources, materials, ideas to how to narrow the attainment gap, and I thought it would be useful for schools because the amount of guidance for pupil premium management was very limited. Since then, through the speaking around and writing columns in The Guardian and Head Teacher Update and SecEd and so on, we've worked with a lot of schools. It's actually over 1,000 schools, and we've developed a team of 20 of us who work with some of our most challenging and vulnerable schools. We've had fantastic successes in narrowing the attainment gap. After working with that many schools and developing our systems, over 100 resources, both online and also through training and also consultancy, it was time to try and collate all of the things which we'd learned into one volume, which is where the Bloomsbury book, Narrowing the Attainment Gap, a Handbook for Schools, came from.